Hi, and welcome to this episode of AdTastic. I'm your host, Tony Stanall, and today we're speaking with Jennifer Adler, founder and CEO of Adler PR. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure. So tell me a little about the journey that took you to starting your own PR agency.
Sure. So I come from the large full-service advertising agency space, have worked for full-service advertising agencies for about the past 15 years or so, always on the PR side, overseeing a PR department, which usually organic social media rolled up to as well. And I just got to a point in my career where I'm like, why am I doing this for someone else when I could be doing it for myself? And so walked away from a leadership position at a full-service advertising agency here in Scottsdale, where I had a whole team of people reporting to me and, a healthy salary and benefits and the whole thing, and made the leap and started my own firm in March of 2019.
Got it. And what type of work do you do? Is it full service PR, or do you specialize in any one area?
So we really stay in our lane in terms of only specializing in public relations. The core of what we do is media relations. So generating ongoing positive earned media coverage for our clients is really like the meat of what we specialize in. But in addition to that, we also offer event planning and management, organic social media, crisis communications in the event that someone needs that, which tends to be more frequent these days, and influencer marketing as well.
Got it. And what's your client roster like? What types of clients do you work with?
Yeah, so we represent a lot in the lifestyle space. A lot of restaurants, food and beverage brands, real estate clients. I have a very robust history in real estate. I actually have my real estate license, so I have a deep understanding of that niche. And so we really play in that space, but we can basically represent anything. It's just my barometer for taking someone on is, am I inspired by their brand? Do they have a unique story to tell? Do I think that we can be successful for them in terms of generating positive press for them? And so, that's how I evaluate what clients we work with.
Do they tend to be in the Scottsdale area, or are they distributed?
We tend to work with companies that are based in Arizona, or companies who are based elsewhere that have a presence in Arizona or are maybe looking to expand here. We do represent a big restaurant group out of Chicago called What If Syndicate. That is the parent company of Maple and Ash and also Etta. And they have two locations here in Scottsdale. So a lot of times people will hire us from out of market looking for boots on the ground and very specific, market knowledge to launch things here. But we have a lot of national experience as well and aren't bound by where we're located. So have represented national clients, do national, regional, local PR, and even represented an international brand out of Australia last year.
Nice. Give us a quick example, Jennifer. We like to talk about success stories, something that you've done for a client. Could be, you don't need to name them if it's confidential, but an example of one of the things that really helped their business or allow them to do something in a newer, better way.
Sure. So we just did the opening of a new cocktail lounge in downtown Phoenix in the U.S. Bank building. It's a high-rise building, and they're on the ground floor. It's a really immersive experience. It's called the Rose Garden. And it's beautiful on the inside. They worked with an amazing interior designer, and it's such an experience when you go there. It's all very floral. The drinks are super Instagrammable. And so we really leveraged our influencer relationships when we worked with them, and hosted a media and influencer night where we had upwards of 50 different influencers all in there, documenting the space. Video is kind of king right now. So doing a lot of Instagram reels, and really showcasing the beauty and interior and the drinks and the food. And it was super successful in kind of getting their name out initially, creating buzz in the marketplace and driving repeat customers.
Great. Now, I know that the pandemic really hit food and bev establishments pretty hard. Was that the case with you guys as well?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, I started my firm in March of 2019, so I had about a year under my belt before the pandemic really hit, and we were very heavy in restaurant clients at that time, and all of them, as you can imagine, were facing hardship, having to navigate shutting down, laying people off. Obviously, marketing and PR was one of the first things to go. They just could not afford to pay us, understandably, and so we stayed on pro bono with all of our restaurant clients to help them pivot and switch to takeout and come up with some innovative promotions that kept them in business. And it really paid off for us. I mean, as a new business owner, we were struggling financially as well, obviously, when all of our clients couldn't afford to pay. But it really paid off for us because they've all, are still clients to this day, with the exception of one that had to close permanently.
Gotcha. Well, that's a great story, Jennifer. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for being with us today.
Sure. Thanks for having me on.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of AdTastic on the Daily Ad Brief platform. You can find out more about Jennifer Adler at dailyadbrief.com. See you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.